Hi, good morning to you. Another little Royal Ascot preview for you today. I'm going up sort of quite early here this morning, really. Obviously, quite a bit's happened over the last couple of days. And of course, there was news yesterday. I'm doing this on the Thursday morning. Wednesday evening, it was announced Enable not going Ascot. She ain't going to get there. I don't think she's ready, or she's going to be ready. So it's looking like now the Coral Eclipse is going to be where we first see Enable this season. Unfortunately, she isn't going Ascot in any way, shape or form. She's not going to go to any of the races that she's entered in. If she was on your mind, and no doubt she was on your mind for some of you, scrub her, guys, she ain't going. At the weekend, Calix, my Ante-Post bet for the Commonwealth Cup, went and got beat. Terrific, ain't it? I've not had a lot of luck with the Ante-Post bets this year, have I, to be honest? It really don't seem to be going my way. They've not found anything wrong as yet. You know, nothing's come to light. He looked to be going well, didn't he? To be honest, you know, I mean, he was cruising when everyone else was starting to niggle along a bit there. But he just didn't pick up. He just did not pick up at all. Who knows? Hopefully it was just an off day. Perhaps it was just a little niggle. He didn't want to sort of stretch out on the ground or something. You know, no doubt something will come to light. Fingers crossed he will be getting to Ascot. Because of that race, he got pushed out to 6-1 by Paddy Power. Now, I think they might have made a ricket here. I've actually gone in again and taken that 6-1. Because if he shows up, right, and let's face it, he's put in a couple of pretty good performances down at Ascot in the past, hasn't he? Right, 6-1 is going to look huge if he shows up and he's fit and well. So to say, I've actually gone in again now. I've now got 5-4 and 6-1 about Calix for the Commonwealth Cup. Batash. How annoying is that horse? Right, now you might be a fan of it. Makes my head hurt. Makes my head hurt. Absolute world beater one day. And at the weekend, he certainly was, wasn't he? I mean, he looked an absolute speedball, you know, untouchable. How could you possibly back anything else against him? But you know, and I know, he could come out next time and be awful. Right, let's be honest, he's done it before. He got turned over twice last season, the back end of last season. Odds on. Apparently he's got knee problems. I was reading a little something the other day from the connections. He's got knee problems. Now that's a concern. And let's face it, come Ascot, probably going to be pretty fast racing ground, isn't it? It's going to be pretty hard. I can't have him. I can't back the thing because it's just as likely to show up at Ascot and get beat again, as he did last year, of course, by Blue Point. And Blue Point, of course, is back in that race again this year in the King's Stand that they're both being aimed at. So, if you want to get involved on the Ante-Post bets for him at the moment, you know, I think it's about 2-1 or something was knocking about. I can't have him. Just can't have him. Can't trust the horse. You do not know what Batash is going to show up. I've been having a look at the Queen Mary Stakes. Now, I made a few notes on this one because it's... I really have been having a look into this a little bit. There's not a lot of form to go on, as I'm sure you can appreciate. You know, it's 2-year-old fillies going over 5 furlongs. There really ain't a lot of form to go on at all here. But the Godolphin filly, Chasing Dreams, did really impress me when she won at HQ. Now, the Charlie Appleby mate, she's by Star Spangled Banner out of a filly called A Huge Dream. It was a fair sprinter out in France a few years back, and I've gone back through her form on that. You know, she weren't no bad, you know, little sprinter at all. She's definitely bred to be fast, this Chasing Dream. She's bred to be fast. Now, second on that day on her debut was also called Good Vibes. Who's gone on to win twice since, and is currently third in the betting for the Queen Mary Stakes. And third on that day was an horse called Kemble, who come out and won next time. You know, the form is looking pretty solid, it's got to be said. And have a look at the race, right? You know, she don't really know what she's supposed to be doing. She's having a bit of a look about. She's running a bit green, but she's still got the job done pretty damn impressively. She can only improve for it, and she does look all about speed. Lady Pauline, of course, is one I've touched on in the past, on the site at least anyway. Listen, you know, it's that man Wesley Ward, isn't it? But she came over here, she was at Ascot on the trials day, malarkey. Was absolutely cruising, looked like she was going to go and win half the track, and then just went down hole, didn't she? Only go 4 furlongs, she seemed to go down hole. it might be she don't even get 5 furlongs. This thing, she looks a real speed boy, but I'm not. She weren't even anything great that day, and she couldn't win. So you're gonna have to ask questions about that, even with the fact that it's a Wesley Wald horse. In that Lady Pauline race, Godolphin and Appleby had Full Verse, who was third. So they've got an angle, obviously, on the Wesley Wald horse through that one, and they seem quietly positive. It's got to be said. Now, they paid 750,000 guineas for this Chasing Dream. She is a half sister to a 5 furlong listed winner. Chasing Dreams might be the one to be on for that Queen Mary Stakes. At the moment, I've not had a punt yet. I talked about it in the last video. Not going on running no bet yet. But the Queen Mary Stakes, if you haven't had a look at it yet, have a look. Have a look at Chasing Dreams winning on debut. You're going to be impressed, I'm telling you. You're going to be impressed. That's going to be it for me this morning. I'm running about here. Look, I've got a cup of coffee in my hand. It's the sun's coming up. Hopefully it's going to be a nice day. Derby weekend coming up. Obviously, go onto the site, www.girdysggs.com. There'll be information on there for the Oaks, for the Derby, for all the big races over at Epsom. And of course, stay tuned here on the YouTube channel for the next Royal Ascot preview. For now, people, thank you very much for tuning in, and be lucky.